Hi everyone, John Marshall, the DrillMaster, found a great video. A couple of things are a little off in it, but still, this is a great video to show you Reveille and retreat procedures. All right, so this is the University of Oklahoma. So first off, when you start off with the flag, it should not have any red showing when it's folded. And here, the center cadet commander, you've got this is close to the grip of death. All right, just relax, and there's no need to cross the hands at all. Typical Air Force technique is to, or at least the ceremonial technique. Let me push this out of the way. Is to overlap middle finger over middle finger, tuck your thumbs away. Left over right, and then just cradle the flag. Nobody's gonna come up and rip it out of your hands. Well, I used to say that a lot. These days, you never know. But then again, that's why you have two others there. So they're not guards, okay? This is a flag detail, not a color guard. There's one is too many, but there have been several junior ROTC and other units, even Civil Air Patrol, that have treated this as a color guard. They have two flag bearers, they have two guards. They're not guards. You might have two flag bearers, but they're halyard bearers, not guards. It has nothing to do with color guard. So this is called a flag detail. Detail is used as the preparatory command. Detail attention, detail halt. This is the only time detail should be used. Every other time, every other ceremony that you do, every other element that you're in, don't use the word detail. Detail comes across as sometimes as a negative. You know, what's the first thing you think of? This is when I teach. I say, what's the first thing you think of when you hear the word detail? Well, let's see. I think of, and then the class will tell me. So there's several different ideas. When I've taught law enforcement, I was told that a detail for them, I forget where this was, a detail for them, maybe it was Oklahoma actually, was a job downtown with like the NBA or NFL game or something like that, big college game, and they work the detail, work security for the detail. That's detail to them. Well, detail to me is, hey, I need you, and you. You're coming with me. Grab these mops and buckets and brooms, or let's do weeds and seeds, or something like that. So don't use detail, especially in front of the next of kin. If you're in a funeral memorial situation, never use detail. Other times, there's more appropriate commands, definitely. All right, so here we go. So first, you really need to get that red tucked away when you fold the command. Here, they come to an automatic mark time, detail halt, and then right face. Perfect so far. This is great. Now, it looks like the cadet who's trailing here, the other halyard bearer who's now on the formation's left, since they're in line formation, looks like he might be calling the commands, and that's not correct. It should be the American flag bearer who's calling. That's the commander, according to the Air Force. So here, automatic mark time is fine. The commander can also call detail halt. So your situation around a flagpole might be entirely different from what they have. It might have two little tiny walkways that are, or even more, that are radiating out from maybe a circle or something where the flagpole is. So you do the best you can for your situation. If you need help with it, take a picture of your situation, your flagpole setup, send it to me. I'll tell you my recommendation. I've done this many, many times, just never really advertised for that. So post, that's good. They come in. Now, why they both step back, I have no idea. Because in the next second, he steps forward. That's useless. That makes no sense. both of you you step forward, you face each other, and then the halyard bearer on the left of the formation can either take one step in, leaving the right foot in place, take the left foot forward, undo the halyard. You look up. You got to separate the halyards, make sure that the proper halyard is handed off, and which actually he does. But stepping back first, and then having him step in and then reaching over, you'll see in just a second. It doesn't make any sense. So step forward, face, undo the halyard, look up, hand it off, come back. As soon as your hand comes back, then both of you step back. That would be much more appropriate and makes sense. So he undoes the halyard, he looks up and separates properly, and then kind of shuffles back. So it really would have looked much better. Civil Air Patrol does this in competition. Would have looked much better to have them both step back, then start the attaching the flag. Flag bearer, you should have started. You should have brought the flag down, untucked the flag, got the two grommets ready. Now here, they lower. And I've encountered this many times. I'll let this play for just a sec. They lower the halyard so that the clasps are then come down so that they can get them and then attach the flag. Why are you raising empty clasps? Why are you doing that at all? Couple of pulls to get the clasps out of the way of the cleat. The cleat is that thing that kind of looks like that, and you wrap the halyard around it. Getting the clasps away from the cleat is fine, but don't raise them to full truck. That doesn't make any sense either. That's a useless task. So here, the first halyard is secured. There. Now, what you shouldn't do is partially raise the flag as you secure the halyard. So they kind of skipped a little bit here. They've already attached the flag. You notice as it goes up, well, you might not, the length of the flag, it's called the hoist of the flag. The going out is called the fly. So the hoist of the flag indicates where the clasps on the rope are supposed to be. Okay? So if you have a straight halyard, but you have the flag kind of buckling, that's not good. And if you have the opposite, that's also not good. So they need to be as close to the same as possible. You know, you might have a little variation in there, but it's going to look the best, be a proper display when you can make sure that the rope in between, the halyard in between the clasps and the hoist again of the flag is pretty much the same. All right, so as the two clasps are now down, let me show you. Yeah, you can see my all right. So we have the hands of halyard bearer 2 and halyard bearer 1. The clasps should be in between both the halyard bearers. You can have a little bit of a dip in the rope, that's no problem, but you attach the top clasp and then you attach the bottom clasp. And then so the white band here, it's kind of manila, not necessarily white, or I guess it can be sometimes white. So this is called the header right here, and the header, this is the header band. This end is called the header of the flag. This is called the header band, and then there's a grommet at the top and the bottom. Now, larger flags might have 4 or even more grommets so that you can attach the flag in multiple places. Those are really enormous flags, and that's definitely appropriate because you don't want to have all. The larger the flag is, the more wind it takes, and the more stress is on the pole, the halyard, the clasps, and the flag material. So if you need multiple locations to attach it, that's just fine, not a problem. So this is probably let's say a 4x6 flag, 3 team members to take care of this, not a problem. So they've attached the flag properly, and then they on the command of present arms, here's where they also get a little bit wonky. On the command of present arms, then they raise. And you can see here that all of the triangle folds were raised or were unfolded, and then the flag is cradled in the arms. Now, I get it that it doesn't seem to be the best way that you might think of doing this. You want to unfold the flag completely and hold it open and let it fly. That's not the proper technique. The flag code says unfold the triangle folds and then leave what I call the horizontal or the lengthwise folds. Those two folds, just leave them. The wind will take it, open it up. It's all for it's designed for the proper display. I'll put it that way. So he drops. Now notice that the cadet who's saluting, the commander here, he's supposed to be the commander anyway. The commander here does not drop both of his arms and then come up to the salute. You don't have to do that. He drops his left, obviously, because that's not going to be engaged in the salute. But he brings his right directly to hand salute, and that's perfect. That's just perfect. So present arms, start hoisting. As soon as the flag leaves the hands, render the hand salute. Then after the hand salute is, after the flag is completely raised, a full truck, or then if you need to lower it, and I'll go over that in just a sec, then you give order arms. So if you're going up to full truck, then this is what they do. Then you're going to end there. But if you're going to come down, then what you need to do is, now let me show you I'm going to back up just a bit here. So notice that they have little movements, little hand movements, but that's okay. Hand over hand, one is feeding, one is taking, and that's appropriate, very appropriate. They're doing just fine. But in order to come down to the to half staff, then what you need to do is match your hand movements coming down. They need to be pretty much the same spacing. All right, don't just grab huge amounts going up and then tiny amounts coming down. And what you need to do as you raise the flag, then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there, it's full truck. Then you go 1, 2, 3, go half, 4, 5, and you're finished, and then you secure the halyard. So that's how you get back down to half staff. Anyway, let's watch. So they go up full. All right. They give hand salute. No, that's not appropriate. As soon as you're, so the American flag bearer commander gave present arms already. It's already done. The command is there. So once they come up, then you're looking at each other. So mimic your movements. Right hand drops, or right hand can come from the halyard directly up. That would probably be more appropriate. Then the commander gives order arms. You drop your hand, and there you go. Now, both of them should have stepped in. They both step in. The halyard is secured. They both step in. Halyard bearer number 2 then hands the halyard over. Halyard 1 secures the halyard, and then the command is post, like they did, which is fine. But see, they would have already stepped in and had that all taken care of. Then they step off. Here's a close-up, which is really good. Glad they did this. And honestly, the whole team is doing really well with this. So now we're going to go into retreat. So the automatic mark time isn't necessary. So, and the command detail fallout is not the appropriate or proper command. It's fallout. It's just a combined command, 2 words, fallout. Same with fall in. Every single time you give fall in, fall out, those are complete commands. It's not color guard fall in, it's not flight fall in, it's not platoon fall in, and it's not detail fall in, or fall out for that matter. For any formation, it's either fall in and fall out, or, well, I can't say nothing. It's fall in and fall out. That's it. Alrighty, so now they're going to go over Reveille. Or, retreat. They march to the flagpole, and they come up, and again, remember, you don't have to automatically mark time. It depends on your situation. Stepping back is not necessary, especially just to step forward again. That doesn't make sense. So I'll review. You step forward, you face, and you stay there. You undo the halyard, hand the halyard off, hand comes back. When the halyard is handed off, you grab, and then you both have both hands on the halyard. Then you both step back. And there you go. Hand salute is not is not what we use. Marine Corps, Navy, Coast Guard, they use hand salute. Army, Air Force, and now Space Force, we don't use hand salute. Hand salute is used in training. We say present arms for every type of salute. Armed and unarmed, I should say. So that salute there, watch halyard bearer number 2 right here. Watch his right hand. It comes down a little bit past the rope and then comes back. That's not the execution of a salute. And you two don't salute anyway. You're going to listen for the command present arms, not hand salute, and then you slowly but surely lower the flag. Now, if there's music, great. If there isn't, then you just do it slowly and take your time doing that. Now, here is where I have a huge problem with this. You, American flag bearer, you are now assigned the position of catcher. Actually, there should be 4 for the team, but they're working with 3. So for Air Force requires 4. Army does too, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's the commander and then the 3 team members for retreat. So commander, what you should have done is, as soon as you saw the flag coming about head height, you're wearing a flight cap, so you have no bill to block your vision. You should have been looking straight ahead, using your peripheral vision. Up, there's the flag. Drop the salute. Walk around the halyard bearer to grab the flag. What you do here is totally inappropriate. That's not proper handling of the flag. Watch. He reaches through and pulls the flag around the pole. Not good. Not good at all. I don't understand why you did that. That doesn't make sense. It's just, you're just treating the flag like a piece of cloth here, pulling it around the flag or pulling it around the pole. Now, we're not supposed to put the flag in any position where it's going to get soiled. I'm quite positive the pole has something on it, and not just dirt, oils, bird droppings, there's other stuff there. What you should have done is come around, grabbed the flag, look straight ahead, and then gather the flag in your arms. Now, for those of you who don't understand about the flag and having it gathered in your arms, you're not gathering it like a load of laundry. So please forget that term. Whoever used that at one time, stop using that term and take your bias and put it aside and learn the standard. So the standard is to gather the flag. When it's a smaller flag, 4x6, even a size larger is just fine for one individual to gather. When it's larger, then, well, that's a whole different story. That requires another video, I think. All right, so you're going to gather it up in your arms, And see the bear. Oh crud! They just skipped that. All right, so the halyard bearers stopped, and they shouldn't. The flag needs to consistently come down, and then once both halyards are down, you're gathering the flag. And sorry, not halyards, but once both the clasps come down, then you unhook the one clasp. You're going to hold the the stripes end, or the bottom end, the grommet in your left. Then you're going to hold the star grommet in your right hand, and it's very specific. You really need to do that, and I'll show you why. And then unfortunately they raise the empty clasps to full truck, and that just doesn't make any sense. So now, oh, and they skipped that too. What a bummer. So here, you can see, just for a split second here, you can see they're both going, oh, which way is up, and how do I, and so in order to eliminate all of those problems, you unhook the first grommet from the clasp, and that is going to go in your left hand always. And then you're going to pull that back. You're holding the flag, cradling it in your arms. Then you're going to unhook the star grommet, the top grommet, from the clasp. Hold it just like that. Now, folding it. Oh, I see what he does. He leaves them to fold it. So, not the best way to fold the flag with the pole right next to them, because what you need to do is you need to come out, then come in. You come out to what we call tabletop. So extend the flag completely out, but the flag, the stars need to be in the left hand of the halyard bearer here, whoever is receiving the header end of the flag. So you've handed off both those grommets properly, and that's the whole point of keeping the grommets organized in your hands. So here they're not doing that great of a job. So we've got both of them are completely concentrating on the flag, looking down, not looking at each other to what's going on. He's a bit taller, that's for sure, but he's holding it around throat level, and then he's shorter, but also holding the flag up here at chest level. So it needs to be level all the time, whether it's flat at tabletop, or that first fold, flat, second fold, flat, and then lower to waist level, and then you begin folding. Oh, they skipped a lot. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so you can see here that the last fold that they did is too much. And I'm sure that why it was skipped, they backed off one fold, brought the excess over, and then tucked it in, which with a little more practice they would have understood that a little bit better. So then they hand the flag off. No grip of death. It's not necessary. Post just like they came in, but it should be 4 steps, or 4 people to form up. What do you... Okay, that's not necessary. And so my idea of this would have been that both of the bearers would have moved out to that concrete strip, the walkway there, and then the halyard bearers would have been out there. Then the catcher, commander / catcher, then would have gone over, handed off. They would have folded out there. It would have been an entirely different setup. So, and I get why they did this right here. It's not necessary, but I get why they did it, because the American flag bearer is not going to do an about face. So I understand that. So not bad, OU. Det, not bad at all. This is from 2016, I believe. So fine job, but there's still some things that need to be taken care of in there that I explained. So I hope this was helpful. And if you need more guidance, then you can always contact me. Thank you.